Parker has made it through.
I have made it through. I've made it to
hail, sleet, snow,
everything,
storm, a red eye from the other
that.
side of the country.
Rip, do we get our fine money?
I know.
That's what we're doing. 'Cause
we might got to shoot for it after this.
I gotta,
Get the fine money.
Yeah, we got to shoot for that fine money.
she walked in with her Hello Kitty backpack. It counts.
I mean,
Hello
I brought
Kitty.
donuts for you guys. Come
Yeah.
on.
Oh, I appreciate
The
that.
rookie
duties.
duties are
There we
being
go.
fulfilled. So let me ask you first then, Candace, as we talk to Luka Doncic, what has he brought to the Mavericks thus far this season?
Well, I think everybody knew that Luka was going to be come in and make a difference, but I don't think that we understood how big of a difference that he would make. Just at his size, his ability to get his shot off at his will, and he has a counter move for every move. He's 2 plays ahead from what a rookie should be playing like right now. Makes the right play, and in clutch time, he wants the ball.
Yeah, he wasn't picked first, by the way. Need we remind you all? He was not picked first. So it's not like he's just surprised us as viewers and fans and analysts. It's that he surprised 29 other teams as well.
Well, with the exception of, Don Nelson Jr. I mean, when you look at that Mavericks organization, they have been locked into the European player for a very long time, and their international scouts are just as good as anybody in the business. And from Dirk to Luka, and then long before that, when they drafted Dirk, I think they drafted the other big kid. I'm slipping on his name right now, but they've always been internationally known in terms of their scouting. And when they went out and paid the heavy price to get Luka, when they made the swap with Atlanta, they knew exactly what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were getting, and they were light years ahead of everybody else in the league.
Is he at this point the rookie of the year?
I would say yes. I mean, he's the clear favorite. I mean, I don't think there's anyone close to him. Just the big plays that he make at the end of games, where when I think Dennis Scott was saying earlier today how, like, when the vets look at the rook and say, all right, you know what, win this basketball for me, win this game for us. That doesn't happen in our game. A lot of times when you're playing with other vets, older guys, they say, hey, you want to wait your turn. You're the rook. It's going to take you 2-3 years to really get your legs underneath you and for us to give you that to be in the driver's seat. But I played with Rick Carlisle. He's a player's coach, and he always brings the best out of his top player, his scorer. He's always going to put Luka in positions on the floor where he can play his style of game. If it's in pick and roll, if it's coming down in transition and just running the offense. But he does a great job of not allowing anybody to speed him up on the floor.
Then let's operate under the assumption that Kristaps Porzingis returns to all-star status in the NBA.
Wow.
Where will the Mavs be this side of next season, perhaps in the next 5?
Well, I look at the way that you said that Carlisle always puts his players in the best position. And that starts with, obviously, Luka is a guard. He's going to have the ball in his hands, but he's playing the 4 position. And so that allows him to have a different type of matchup. And to add Porzingis to that, where that pick and roll in the middle of the floor, where you're not able to switch, and Luka's coming off making decisions, you space the floor with shooters. I mean, the sky's the limit for this team in the future. When you add a guy like Porzingis that can really do it all with a Luka who already impressed us this year.
You won't have you may have the most versatile 4-5 big men in the league. I mean, Luka as a 4, Porzingis as a 5. Both of them have excellent ball handling skills. Both of them are great passers. And then they're, in terms of facilitating the offense, setting it up. I mean, the offensive schemes that you can come up with, having those two as your 4 and 5 and inverting your offense. If you get some good shooters around those guys and play, I mean, they're gonna wreak havoc on the league.
And they both know how to play. They're basketball players. They both have high basketball IQ. They're not guys that need to dominate the ball to be successful on the floor. So they know how to feed off each other. Like you said, you can put them both in pick and roll situations. They're willing passers. They're willing to give themselves up for the team. And now when you look at the NBA, when you're building a team, you need 2 superstars.
Yeah.
You need at least 2. They got 2 right there, and hopefully they can add another one in the draft or whatever. But you got 2 legit superstars that's really making their name in the NBA right now.
Under the age of 25.
Under the age of 25.
I mean,
exactly. That's impressive.
What Dallas is set up to do in the next couple of years is going to rock the NBA if they can be successful in doing it.
No, I agree.
Well, you guys can catch Luka later on TNT, and you can catch us right after this quick little break. We're going to be back here as Game Time live from Charlotte continues, getting you set for NBA All-Star Weekend.